Okay, so welcome to this live broadcast session of the ACOLs. Hopefully, glad if anyone's joining us that maybe you enjoy it. You'll be able to. I don't know whether you'll be able to message me on BBO if I'm playing a tournament, but you can definitely send me a message by email. I'm hoping the chat will also be working on live streaming. So I've got a simple one diamond opener here. Great that partner's bid space means it's got at least 5. I've got quite a strong hand. I think I'm just going to go for 4 spades just because of the void in hearts. Quite powerful that. So let's have a look at this hand. I clearly want to try and rough a couple of hearts before we worry too much about drawing trumps. I think the easiest way to do this is to actually lose the third diamond. Probably going to rough high just because I don't need such a high trump in my hand. Okay, so I'm going to just rough this one here. Come back and start drawing trumps out. In an ideal world, I'd like to see over rough that, but he hasn't, so we're just going to try and take out the last. I think that is the last trumps, so we can now go take out one more round of clubs before one of our club lose on the diamonds. We weren't able to engineer it, so we could not lose any clubs. I don't think possibly there was a way on that, but that seemed like the sensible way to play it overall. Just because I couldn't get back to my hand once with the diamonds. I wasn't sure whether they were splitting 3-3. So I think that'd be a relatively good score. I thought to start with. So that's good to get going with. Okay, let's have a look at the poor score. So you should have gone higher. Okay, and maybe I could have made that extra trick. So let's have a look at the next hand. This is a 1 diamond opener. Double by partner showing spades, and the 2 diamonds here is 5 of each. So more sort of maybe just go three clubs here just to show the shape, and then partners showing they've got the stoppers. So we'll see how this hand pans out. It's a little bit vulnerable. We could do with getting to the table early, which we have done, and see whether we can kind of draw out the king of diamonds. That would be ideal if it drops now, but it hasn't. Okay, right. Okay, so it does leave us with a bit of a quandary now. If I play this diamond now, I suspect he won't put the king on it, which would be the correct play. Oh, he has. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so we do now have a chance of making it. We can obviously get to the table, particularly if they play hearts. That's a terrible move by the computer. Yes, they don't always defend all that well. Now it's going to make it quite relatively easy for me to make these. Not quite brave enough to do the finesse across with the other. But I don't know why he didn't hold up the last king of diamonds there. It's clearly my only entry to the table, but all gifts look like we might be in trouble. We've allowed making actually +1 there. Again, it could have finessed the king of spades as it happened, but I wasn't brave enough to do so. But anyway, okay, so relatively pleased with that. Of course, it's 78%. Okay, so back on track today. We now have quite a nice hand here. I'm actually going to open this 2 no trumps just because of the 6 card diamonds. It's quite solid. It allows them to do the transfer and show 4 clubs, showing the control in clubs. I think I just want to show that I've got the fit in hearts, but fairly minimum there. and I shall now start building up my controls. These are all qubits. I think we're likely to end up in. Okay, I wasn't expecting to end up in 7 low drops, but there you go. Maybe it's a genius bid. It does look quite possible, doesn't it? The issue being that we do have to somehow get rid of the queen of diamonds. I don't think there's a way of clearing enough tricks not to have to take that finesse. But we'll also keep very careful watch on what they throw when we get to our last hearts here. Okay, kind of looking for them to throw a club. Okay, I mean the club might turn out to be useful if it ends up being his the fourth club of what he had, but I very much doubt they would throw that. So we'll see. Obviously, if we do see all the clubs fall here, we won't have to do the finesse, but we haven't. So we are going to have to try and make this on the finesse of the queen of diamonds. There's no real option. Obviously, we can play for the drop as well, but I think we'll just go for the finesse. And, we've done well, got away with that. Okay, so never in doubt really. seven neck jumps is a little bit higher. It's kind of one of the dodgy things about sort of opening slightly light jumps, obviously that the computer can get carried away as well, so you have to be a bit careful with robots. I've got quite a nice hand here. I don't feel like I want to. I think 3 clubs would be showing a lot more than I've points than I've got, but double would just be showing hearts and clubs. Have that, so I'm going to just, given the fact that I've got the slightly good hand here, I'll just bid the club suit and let. I think I'm going to lead a heart here because partner hasn't supported me with hearts, so let's see how this pans out. Okay, obviously we can take out the king of clubs here. We know that we're going to be playing into the computer's hands here. I think I might just let them kind of win these tricks. Possible part's got the jack of diamond hearts as well. Okay, I do. Okay. We can kind of defend any club they play back. I don't mind him being on the table, winning one trick there. That's kind of okay. So now they're forced to either a spade or a diamond. I think. Okay. So we're gonna obviously take that trick, play another club. See whether that obviously going to lose that. Just hoping to sort of pick up. Maybe he's got ace of spades and no diamond. Yeah. So I'm rather hoping he doesn't have the. Yeah, so obviously could have attacked spades a little bit more aggressively there. That would have been the move that took that off. So hard to read, but I expect a sort of relatively low score there because it could have been defeated. Okay, didn't read the spade switch. Okay, so just one diamond. This is looking like a very promising hand. 60 points and partners opened. Just going to bid the one spade because that's just 2 spades rather, so it's forcing. Yeah, one spade would just be natural bid. Partners have given me a point cap, which is 11 to 14 minimum, so that's helpful. That tells me that probably 300 trumps is the place to head to. If I was brave, I'd be going for a slam in diamonds, but it's not really worth it, I don't think. Okay, so we're taking our first trick there. So we'll test out the diamonds, see if they're breaking nicely for us. There is obviously a chance that we're going to make a whole heap of tricks here. If the clubs also split. So I think it's kind of we can probably take one more diamond, and then I think we'll test the club now. And one club's gone from east, so it's sort of implying that very unlikely to have the jack there. Oh, it's very tempting to go low with that, but I think it's not advisable. Okay, so obviously we're going to make all the tricks here. Not something we could bid. Everything was, but did indicate that it was one of those hands that might turn out to be a bit underbid when I was bidding it. But there you go. Hard to predict you're going to make 7 no trumps when you're missing an ace of hearts and quite a few points. But so I'm really happy with 3 trumps. 91%. Okay, we've got quite, again, a very nice hand here. 1 heart, looking to rebid 3 hearts. So let's carry on with that. Wasn't expecting the pass from Barton, but there you go. That's, so I think I'm going to take that. I think I've got chance of just sort of making a cheap, which I have done. And now I'm just going to draw the trumps. Now I'm quite happy to have won that extra trick in diamonds. Don't have much prospect of cashing any of these clubs, so let's just get rid of those. Okay, so he's coming now with his diamond a little bit later. We'll keep taking out the trumps. He can obviously take out the last trump, but then he's got an awkward lead, probably into the diamond. No, okay. Right. So let's obviously if the it's kind of the key card here is the king of spades. So let's just sort of go for it. If we don't see the king go up, we'll sort of play for the drop, I think. Take out everything else. Okay, I think it's let's hope the king of spades on that side is on its own. It's not, so we're going to go on off here. Okay, but obviously could have gone more off. I don't think there was realistic chance of making any more tricks. If I don't take that, if I just play the queen of diamonds, he's obviously going to put the 8 on it. Okay, but not a good score. Okay, 1 heart opener here, and I'm going to follow that with 2 diamonds. Very simple hand this. 3 hearts, right? There's still 10 to 12 points. Still a good raise. So I'm just going to go to 4 hearts here. It's a pretty simple hand. Be quite confident about making this. I've only got this chance to do this finesse. Unlikely to work. Unlikely to play away from that. Again, it's looking like a lot of cards are on the wrong side for me for this. Let's see if the king of hearts is also on the wrong side. No, that's the ones that did work out. Okay, so I've got the option to go back a club. Trying to lose the king of diamonds at some point. There is a chance that whoever's got the king of diamonds doesn't have the last heart, which would be lovely. But I think if they do, which I think he does actually, he's going to play his heart. Now we'll be able to get across. Okay. So this might. Oh no, there you go. So they are going to take us 2 off, unfortunately. So diamond is still the highest one. So not a good one to go on there, but tricky one to play. We'll see how that pans out. Relatively happy with the bidding on that. So maybe the player could have done more, but obviously getting 50% indicates it's one of those hands that was a lot of stuff was on the wrong side. It's 15 points, 5 hearts, just simple 1 heart. Overcall, partner could be strong or weak, we don't know. So it's obviously a weak hand going for that preemptive raise. So it's good. It's a sort of 50-50 chance of making this. Depends on the position of the king of clubs. So that's the key card. Or depends on them playing that, which is a terrible play. Okay, so again, just take all the any charity from the computer. I'll reduce them a bit further before we go any further on this. Obviously, we know 9 clubs is working, so that's across over there. I think we just claim actually, so we're just going to leave one more spade, aren't we? So just all the playing that. Okay, so yeah, I think probably a relatively good score because the club's on the right side, so yeah, good release by partner, etc. But maybe not great because there wasn't a lot of play in there really. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that. 57%, relatively happy with that. Obviously, a couple of poor scores that were back on there on board 4 and board 6, and in the initial one, I could have made all the tricks. But I hope you found it useful, and I'll see you again. Be trying to do this around about this time next week. Thanks for listening.